New World.
Bottom level, orange beam, enjoy yourself. Bottom level, orange beam, enjoy yourself. Bottom level, orange beam, enjoy yourself.
What's happening here?
This is a group of semi-moron epsilons that are going on a nature nausea reinforcement field trip to...
I can see that. I meant what's taking you so long.
Oh, right away, sir. There you are, all set. Bottom level, orange beam, enjoy yourself. Now, sir.
Central hatcheries plan. Priority.
I'm sorry, sir. There's a circuit delay.
Oh, next.
The Cathedral of our Ford, please. Just a moment, if you don't mind. I don't think you understood. I said priority. I happen to be the assistant director of the Central Hatcheries plant.
Yes, sir. All circuit check.
Really, these gammas, they're hardly brighter than a delta. Or even epsilons.
Oh, no. I'm sure any delta is much brighter than epsilons like those. That's one of the wonderful things about being a gamma. We're not too stupid and we're not too bright. To be a gamma is to be just right. All right, sir. Central hatcheries, red beam, first level. All right, sir.
The Cathedral of our Ford, please.
The Cathedral of our Ford. First level, blue beam.
Oh, the Cathedral of our Ford. I suppose you're part of the Archford Synth Religion staff.
No, I'm just trying to catch hold of someone who's supposed to be there. Actually, I'm with the Sensu Fili Corps.
Oh, a Telefili writer.
Not yet. I'm still working on my first docu-jango short. It's on the perfection of conditioning.
Oh, yes. Very interesting, aren't you? Well, I go this way. Miss Lysenko, may I see you for a moment, please?
Hello, Tomakin.
I might have a little surprise for little Linda.
Oh, what? Tell me.
It has something to do with taking you on a very special computer holiday trip.
I don't know. Ringo Roebuck wants me to go with him to the Sexorama Festival. And Anwar Bowie wants to take me for a week to a new Senso World Park. And Ronald Jagger has round-trip tickets
special
to...
It's to the Savage Reservation.
Oh, that's different. Everyone will be so envious. But are you sure about it?
Oh, it's just a formality. Just a question of my application being correctly... Miss Lysenko, why is this section closed down?
Oh, something that was supposed to go click, click started going clack, clack. But naturally, I wouldn't know what. I'm just a beta.
Of course, of course.
Linda, I have to go now, Tomakin.
Of course.
Artificial sunset has been reset for 6:04 due to technical delays. Artificial sunset has been reset for 6:04 due to technical delays.
Sir, your assistant for chief, sir?
Yes? Oh, Helmholtz Watson, about teletesting your docu-short.
I know you're very busy, sir, but I do need approval from your office.
I have to address some Alpha graduates in synthoculture, and then a meeting with the committee on consumption norms and standards. Yes, right after that, I think.
All for more means more for all. If it can be made, it can be used. And if it can be used, it can be made. History is bunk. Half the time equals double the yield. War is bad for business.
As select alphas, conditioned to believe without knowing and to know without believing, you have been chosen to view the surrogate revelations and synthetic mysteries upon which all perfect and placibic belief is founded. Here before you are sacred teletime plex relics of the sanctified life, thought, and holy works of our Ford, from whose divine inspiration came the ultimate perfection of the endless assembly line, which has given us the ultimate, endless, perfect happiness of more things, for more wants in perfect balance, with more wants for more things.
And it is from our inspired creator of the Model T that we derive our blessed sign of the T.
Ford be brave.
Let us now repeat the catechism. Community.
Community.
Identity.
Identity.
Stability.
Stability.
Ford bless you. I am Mustapha Mond, Assistant Controller to her Ford chip, Nixona Bic, Western World Controller, and I have been assigned to show you certain selected histobunk highlights from the past.
But everything is perfect now, and everything will always be perfect. So what does it matter what things were like when it wasn't perfect?
Excellent point, but quite misguided. Exposing future stability monitors, such as yourself, to the imperfection of the past is, of course, part of the perfection of the present. Centuries ago, in primitive times, before the dawn of civilization, there were things that would be inconceivable to us today. Such things as poverty. Although there was actually land and food in abundance, some starved, because unlike our perfect society, they were unable or unwilling to balance population to consumption. Sometimes too much of one, or too little of the other. The result? Disease. And rather than eradicate the sources of disease as we have done, the superstitious primitives continue to rely upon a quite useless class of technicians called doctors. Violence, which the ancients actually appear to have enjoyed and reveled in. While we have been perfectly conditioned to want only what we have, and to have only what we want, and are, therefore, always happy, the uncivilized ancients were prey to destructive emotions, such as ambition, hate, and love, which, of course, always led to violence, which in turn, naturally, led only to more violence, and senility, while we remain at the prime metabolic age of 35 to ensure a maximum level of useful consumption until painless death from chemostimulation between the ages of 80 and 90, the people of the past lacked the knowledge of how to stay young, even though they apparently valued youth so highly that they actually indulged in superstitious self-mutilation. As seminarians who will one day take your places in synthoculture stability centers, you must face these histobunk facts, unpleasant and even revolting as they sometimes are. Eating the actual flesh of animals, and even filthy things from the ground, and sometimes refusing to engage with more than one individual of the opposite sex, and even collecting into groups called families, a pervasively immoral concept of pre-civilized times. Yes, thoroughly disgusting examples of complete sexual perversion, as you can see.
Did the primitive females actually...
Yes. Primitive females gave viviparous birth to young.
Oh. Like animals?
Yes, physiologically, exactly like animals. I understand your reactions. Perhaps we should take a brief Soma break. Naturally, none of what you have seen would be shown to betas or gammas, much less to deltas like these. But each of you is an alpha. You weren't mass-produced in computer-cloned Bakanovsky batches. And you are all supremely happy, supremely content. But then, that is truly the perfection of our civilization. Everyone is adjusted. Everyone has been conditioned to want to do the work he has to do. And thus, everyone is perfectly happy, perfectly content. Alphas like you, betas, gammas, deltas like these, or even epsilons. Are you happy?
Happiness for all is happiness for each.
Are you glad to be deltas?
Deltas all have lots of fun. Deltas get to play and run.
Very good. But do you wish you had been incubated as alphas?
No, no.
Excellent. That's all.
Would you flash into the assistant director, please?
Oh, I think she's occupied, sir.
Oh, never mind, I'll do it.
Miss Trotsky, there seems to be a production slowdown. There'll have to be a time and motion inspection. Miss Trotsky?
There you are. I couldn't find you.
Oh, that's right, I forgot. I was going to engage you in leisure hour today.
Oh, that's all right. I may do. Anyway, it was about something else. There was a data transmission for you from the controller's office.
Oh, about my trip, no doubt. To the Savage Reservation, you know.
Yes. I think they're canceling it on you.
Canceled? They couldn't. They wouldn't. Not when I've made plans to. Where is it?
In the file.
There must be some mistake. I had everything planned. How would something like that look on my computer file?
You'd better take a Soma.
Yes, that's just the thing.
Here you are, sir. I guess you won't be going on your vacation now.
Oh, we'll see about that. It so happens I know someone quite important in the controller's office. Quite important, in fact. Mustapha Mond, first assistant to her port ship Nixona Bink. Yes, we'll just see about that.
You are viewing Helmholtz-Watson's film, Planned Perfection. Each newly produced infant is given 6 full years of nightly hypnopedic sleep-teach lectures to reinforce class acceptance conditioning. Later, in central conditioning centers like this, each child receives daily happiness reinforcement drills, as well as prescribed courses in erotic play, death acceptance training, full consumption practice, and nature nausea games. Then, upon reaching computer lessons after 6 more years in a final conditioning school, each happy, healthy individual will go forth to take up his or her predestined place in the greater society, dedicated to ensuring the continuing perfection of community, identity, stability.
Excellent, and very nicely packaged.
You liked the whole film, I mean.
Oh, immensely. You caught the whole spirit of unchanging perfection, and with admirable simplicity. I'm glad I had a chance to see it before it's computer erased and electro shredded.
Computer erased. Electro shredded.
Unfortunately, it does contain some dangerously heretical ideas.
I made every effort to keep ideas out of it.
Take the scene on anti-nature conditioning. Charming scene of little children revolted by fresh flowers. The implication is that nature nausea conditioning is necessary to keep people from enjoying the countryside and thus under-consuming.
But that's true.
Quite beside the point.
I just wanted to show why nature nausea training is one of our most recent improvements in...
You see? Recent implies past. Improvement implies progress. And if the present is perfect, then there can't be any progress, of course. And even the word why. That's the most dangerous of all. It raises the whole question of purpose. No, I'm afraid it would never do to let an ordinary audience watch anything quite as dangerous as your docu-short.
But the test audience watched it. They all liked it. You can see right there.
Quite meaningless, since they've been conditioned to like anything that's shown them.
But all my work.
Exactly the point. Thousands and thousands of feet of film consumed. Hours and hours of work expended by technicians. And once it's been erased and shredded, it can be done all over again. Remember your sleep talk. Don't delay. Consume today. Use it up and throw it away.
I'll make a special effort to keep ideas out the next time.
Commendable. You know, I'm reaching the age of 50 now, but I still remember my own youth. And I'm sure I had just as many deviant ideas as you do. I even composed a scandalous readout myself once. I think it was something about the possible benefits of allowing mutational differentiation in randomly selected embryos. An interesting idea, but dangerous in the wrong hands, of course. How old are you exactly, Helmholtz?
25.
25. Just think. By the time you reach my age, you'll have been able to have accomplished this dozens and dozens of times. Good work. Just keep it up.
Are you sure Assistant Controller Mond knows I'm waiting?
Sir, your case is being circuit checked through computer files.
Why?
I'm supposed to get all the reports on you.
Reports? Oh, from my superior.
Who?
Alice B. Stein, the director of Central Hatcheries.
I wouldn't know. Oh, you can go in now, sir.
Yes, there it is. Controller confirmation of restriction for Thomas Graham Bell. Subject to overview discretion by the Director of Stability Norms.
But there must be a mistake. Is that all it says?
Well, look for yourself.
But I'm sure there's some mistake. You can check my computer record. I have exceeded consumption and pleasure norms on each of my free vacations. And so I'm eligible now for a free vacation. This Director of Stability Norms, who's that?
I am.
Oh, well, I'm sure you know about this.
Mistake? But I'm afraid it isn't, Thomas. You see, actually, I'm the one who requested the official overview.
Well, why? I went through all the proper channels. Why?
The Savage Reservation can be dangerous. Oh, not in the physical sense, but in other ways. You see, these primitives are not at all like, say, the Quakerites who were driven into the Yukon. No, these primitives are quite different. They have actually regressed into an ancient form of tribal society.
Their ways are so directly opposite to ours that it can cause a very disturbing effect. As a matter of fact, several previous visitors had to be sent to emotional re-engineering institutes.
Naturally, we couldn't chance that happening to someone in your position.
Naturally. But you visited the Savage Reservation. Everyone knows that. It certainly hasn't affected you in any way.
Perhaps not. But then my predestination conditioning is to accept the unacceptable, while yours is to attain the attainable. It's quite different.
But how can I attain the attainable without something unique like this on my computer file?
Yes. A valid point. I'll take it into consideration.
When? I mean, I'm planning on leaving tomorrow morning, so if there's any way I could get an immediate clearance.
Of course, you could go over my head to the controller's office.
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't?
Well, I wouldn't want to.
I see. But if you had to, you would. Marina, put that permission order through for him.
Thank you. Thank you.
One thing. You shouldn't go to the Savage Reservation alone. Take a female along, preferably one with definite anti-deviant morality training.
I've already taken care of that. I've engaged several extra females over the past few weeks, precisely to pick out the proper one. Linda Lysenko, one of the fertilization technicians at the plant. A well-conditioned beta minus and very pneumatic.
Did you pick it all up, Marina?
Yes, everything's programmed into his computer file.
What's his readout?
+5 assertiveness quotient.
That's quite acceptable with his conditioning level. I think he can continue to be considered for an upper management post, don't you?
Yes. But I can't help finding him just a little...
Pompous.
Yes.
Self-serving.
Yes.
You see, solid managerial potential.
But he's so dull.
With Alpha's conditioned for upper-level executive duties like Thomas, being dull is an absolute necessity. It vastly increases their ability to think rigidly and inflexibly.
Here I am, Assistant Director. What? About the production quota inspection request from your office.
Oh, yes, of course.
Here, we've been able to speed up the studying of Epsilon semi-morons. An extra half batch a week.
Well, I hope they'll still be able to perform the necessary work.
Of course, speeding up the production of gammas and deltas without performance loss is more difficult. But even sub-deltas can still perform routine jobs, sorting, filing, collecting audiometer results, that sort of thing. Of course, there's nothing to be done about alpha and beta production. One egg, one bag. Unfortunately, it still takes 9 months. Even increased surrogate endocrine transfusion.
Yes. Pardon me, but I really must take care of something. It's an administrative detail.
Oh, Tomakin, it's you. Look what you made me do.
Everything's set for the trip to the Savage Reservation. Unless, of course, you're not interested now.
Oh, I am, Tomakin, I am. When?
We're catching the early rocket tomorrow morning.
Oh, the early rocket?
Yeah, what's wrong?
Well, it's just that I'm engaging one of the Beta Plus decanters tonight. Adolf Rockefeller. You know, the cute one with the curly eyebrows. And we were going to spend the night at his apartment. But we can spend the night at my place. It's much closer to the rocket port. Unless you'd rather engage me tonight. I'm sure I could rearrange my plans.
Oh, no. I've already engaged you twice last week, and you know how people gossip. Suppose they start whispering that I have immorally limited my engagements to just one female. I've got my reputation to think of.
I've never engaged him before, but all the girls in decanting say he's very good. And he's so cute with his curly eyebrows. Have you seen the new feeling? Where this alpha erotic counselor becomes a delta pleasure technician by mistake when she... Well, I'm not exactly sure what happens, but everyone says the applied religious orgy scene is just wonderful. That's where Adolf's taking me. Who are you engaging tonight? I'm not sure. Actually, I'm not engaging anyone. It's just like Thomas says, people gossip. Everyone's starting to whisper about you. They say you've only engaged one man in the last 3 weeks. It's true. I don't know what's wrong with me. Well, you have to do something about it.
I have, really. I went to a dispenser, but you know what they're like. Take 2 Soma and go to bed. Synthetic therapy sessions with an idealist, VPS treatments, even a pregnancy substitute. But nothing seems to help. I just don't know what's wrong with me.
Uncomputocepted female. Uncomputocepted female.
You forgot to set your computoception dial on your Malthusian belt.
I'm always doing that. Sometimes I wish I'd been incubated as a neutered free martin. Just think, they can engage all they like without having to fuss about computoception.
Here, let me help. You don't want to get, you know, pregnant. Did you do the drill yesterday?
I think so. Oh, I must have, because I engaged one of the assistant fertilization engineers on the compulsive leisure hour. You know, the tall one.
Then just set the dial to the next one. Remember, day plus 1 equals none.
Day plus 1 equals none.
I'm Stelina Shell, chief warden for the reservation. I understand you got in yesterday and rested over. Proper acclimatization, that's the thing. I suppose you stayed at the Lux Hotel at the Rocket Fort?
Yes, and it was just as nice as could be.
We're quite proud of it. Liquid air, vibro vacuum massage, sensu-feely vision in every room. But of course you won't find any of that on the reservation, I'm afraid.
Oh, you mean this isn't part of the reservation?
Oh, no. This is the official Anthro study station. The reservation itself is some distance. It's quite remote and completely sealed off by an electronic barrier. But you'll be taken directly to our substation by escaporter. From there, I'm afraid you'll have to go on foot. Of course, you'll have a guide. They're delta minuses, but all specially incubated for high eye, ear, nose acuity. Though unfortunately at the expense of some other faculties. Well, first we better see if you're properly outfitted. Ion heater, Sensitive thermal bag, extra Soma and Infetapep rations, condensed inflow food, ultrasonic microbomb pop popper. You know how to fire this, of course. Safety off. Aim, press firmly on the clip. It's entirely non-lethal. It merely causes temporary paralysis.
The savages, I mean, if they're dangerous, I certainly wouldn't want to expose Miss Lysenko.
Oh, no, it's simply a precaution. Actually, the savages are quite tame. Well then, if you're ready, I'll show you to the escaporter. This way. It's so seldom anyone visits the Savage Reservation. I rarely have the opportunity to show off our treasures.
What is that?
Just some examples of our fauna, but they have all been conditioned to remain within the hunting preserve set aside for the savages.
No, I meant this.
Oh, just one of their cult superstitions meant to frighten off demons. In fact, their religion seems to be based partly on demonology.
What sort of demons?
Almost anything at all. Rocks, trees, animals, sometimes strangers. Like you.
You must have come almost a mile by now.
Yes,
One moment. How far is the Savage Reservation?
No, not
Where is it? How far? There. Look.
Those things that they're putting into their mouths. What are they doing that for? Stop it!
They're eating them.
Eating them? But how can they? They're just dirty things from the ground. They're not even wrapped in plastic. Don't they know any better?
Of course they don't. They're not civilized.
Stop it, that's enough. Oh, stop it. Now, why'd you do that? Why are they acting like that? Hitting, laughing, crying. It's weird.
It must be some sort of aberrational pattern. I hear there once was a thing called madness in primitive times. Yes, that must be what it is. Maybe we better get away from them. It might be catching. Fascinating. I really should do a psychograph readout. Perhaps on the degenerative effect of non-decantation. Yes. I think this was just the thing that would look really good on my computer file. aside. I want to go through.
No. It is forbidden to approach the crucified God. Make it un...
I just want to snap some computer pics. No. Where's the director? Who's in charge around here?
I am...
He's so old.
Linda!
Ford.
Artifact, and I'm told there's a place not far from the village. Possibly, just possibly, there's a whole Model T.
Where?
They call it the Demon's Place. Of course, if you'd rather stay behind while I go,
No! Any place would be better than here.
What he says. I can't go any further.
Better take an amphetamine.
What is it?
Mescal. A little is good, much is not good.
Oh, how awful.
Well, what are you waiting for? Come on. Move along.
Time for Soma buys.
Yes, Tomakin.
Ready?
Just a second. Day plus 1 equals none. No, then 2. No? 1. Coming, Tomakin.
Try to be a little quieter. No. The evil one that becomes the spirit of wild animals, Satan.
Nonsense. Whatever it is you're muttering about, just leave us alone.
Oh! Hey! Get away! No, the evil one, Satan. Well, we'll just see about that.
Hop up there, Tomakin!
Tomakin! No! No! Oh, no. Linda!
Linda?
After that, he seems to have wandered alone for several days before being found by a search heli rocket sent out by Chief Warden Stelina Shell. Apparently, he initially suffered from deconditional hallucinations, something about demons and sacred relics, according to the Chief Warden.
Yes, spiritual psychosis. Always a danger upon contact with viviparous primitives. I presume he was given the required Soma decompression therapy.
Yes, and he was completely cured. And subsequent tests showed that he conformed to the proper socio-psy norms.
Then he can still be computogrammed to rise at least one more level before any disabling incompetency factor has to be seriously considered. The female companion, Linda Lysenko. No trace of her was found.
No trace. But of course there was no practical reason for searching. Her body would have begun to decompose and would have been much too contaminated for phosphorus chemocovering.
Tomakin? Tomakin. Get away from me. I'm not one of you. I don't belong here. I may as well have died. Not that I mind dying. I had very high marks in death appreciation when I was a child. Get away! They're the ones. It's all their fault.
Which one?
Both of them.
That is impossible. Which? Must the truth be torn from your tongue?
Both of them. Both of them. Horrible savages. Get them away from me. I want Tomakin back.
Then it was the one from the other place.
Tomakin. Tomakin.
Since it was the other, you may stay.
Stay? Stay here? What are you talking about? Get me some Soma. Anything. Can't you see that there's something wrong with me? Probably caught one of your horrible, primitive diseases. It makes me feel like this every morning. And look.
That is because of the child.
Child?
Baby.
Baby?
Because you are pregnant.
Pregnant? Pregnant? Oh.
Male, yes. A male child.
I don't care.
But you must choose a name for him. Now, while the evening star bears the fullness of moon.
I don't care.
But without a name, the goddess of light cannot touch breath to his lips. One.
John, I don't care. Get out. Leave me alone. It isn't fair. It isn't fair. Now no one will ever want me.
After the orgy services, I've got tickets to the new Ophelia run.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'll be ready right after work. Wrong. Alcohol added to Alpha Plus bottle. Wrong.
No. It is a secret wine. Nectar potion. It is only meant to anoint you with.
But I don't have any Soma. Xanthopituitary extract levels, satisfactory. Hyperoxygenation level, satisfactory. Final DNA genetic scansion level.
An Alpha Plus bag of Bernard Marx. Of course, it should have been caught earlier on the production line. The chief quality engineer seems to think some of the alcohol for substunting Epsilon embryos got into this Alpha bag by mistake, but of course that's quite impossible with the zero flow procedures I've instituted. Probably some clerical mix-up before the raw material for the unit reached my division. But I can assure you that I intend to institute increased computer control.
Yes, I'm sure. Are there any other production defects?
Oh, no. Just one random mistake of some sort.
A random error. Interesting. The name again?
Marx. Bernard Marx. Alpha Plus, male. Shall I order the unit aborted?
No. No, proceed with the assembly.
Male, Alpha Plus, marked Bernard G. Inspected and approved.
Case number 8, Raquel Gandhi, Beta minus, eradication and rectification technician. Consistent failure to share in orgy-porgy devotional services. Recommendation, re-education center of subject's choice.
Approved.
Case number 9, Bernard Marx, Alpha Plus, age 6, Central Nurseries planned.
Bernard Marx. So he's 6 years old now.
Continued socially erratic behavior patterns. Failure to conform to prescribed intellectual achievement norms.
He hasn't been able to keep up intellectually with other Alpha children.
Just the opposite. It appears he over-absorbed his rote studies in less than the time frame allotment. A distinct pattern of deviant overintelligence.
I see. And the recommendation in Bernard's case?
Removal to a reconditional nursery for infants and older children.
Denied. But I want to be kept informed of Bernard's progress.
Because gray is the nicest.
How lucky to be a Delta and get to wear
Too stupid and not too bright.
So glad to be a Beta. Beta's Delta? How lucky to be an Alpha. Everyone is happy.
Attention, Central Nurseries Depot. Alpha Ward 1, Electro Stall 9, Marx, Bernard G, rectify.
Things like betas or gammas or deltas or epsilons. How lucky to be an Alpha. How lucky to be an Alpha. How lucky to be an Alpha. How lucky to be an Alpha.
Sleep refreshes. Sleep revives. Sleep refreshes. Sleep revives. Sleep is nice. Sleep is good. Sleep is what everyone should.
Alphas are happiest and never have to do awful things.